All right, everyone. Welcome once again to our special pizza pie time class here on this Thursday morning. Charlotte, since we are here in the morning, you need to make a confession, and I will too. Have you ever eaten pizza for breakfast?
I I think I have had a breakfast pizza.
Okay,
I'm not somebody who's going to eat like a cold pizza or whatever for breakfast in the morning, but I think I probably have in the past some type of breakfast pizza.
okay, all right. I've had breakfast pizza, but I've also just flat out eaten cold pizza for breakfast. Pizza for me is probably one of those foods. My dad always likes to ask this question. If you could eat one food every day, all day for the rest of forever, what would it be? And for me, it probably would be pizza.
I
So, but Charlotte and I are doing this class this morning because it's National Pizza Week. So it's a great day to celebrate or a great week actually. And to start us off, we're going to ask you guys the most important poll question about pizza. And that is, what pizza topping team are you on? If you had to pick your favorite, okay, if you could only pick one of these down here, and we're speaking very general, all right? So there's team cheese, team pepperoni, meat lovers, which is usually what, Charlotte, like sausage, ham, bacon, um, veggies with the mushrooms, peppers, onions. Maybe you're on team pineapple, or if there's something else, you can let us know in chat. But Charlotte, I feel like I know your answer, but tell me, which team are you?
would probably be veggies, which I guess is very dietitian. But I love a good homemade veggie pizza just because you can put whatever that you want. I mean, I guess with any pizza, you're customizing it, you can put whatever you want on it, but I really love a good veggie pizza.
Is there a favorite veggie that you put on your pizza?
I love cherry tomatoes. Not
Yeah.
grape tomatoes, but cherry tomatoes because it gives a nice sweetness when it warms up.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. That sounds lovely. And I would agree. I do love veggies on the pizza, right? Like I have to with being a dietitian. But my favorite out of this list, I think I've mentioned it to a lot of folks before, is I love pineapple on pizza. Like that is 100% my jam. I don't need it to be Hawaiian. Like I don't need to have the ham or anything else on it. I love that sweet, savory combo on my pizza. But
Shane,
we'll
I don't even think I've ever had pineapple on a pizza. That's my confession. I don't think I
Oh my
have, to
God.
be honest. Heard about it, but if I've ever tried that, which is, I guess, a little weird, but I'll
No,
have to
not
try it.
weird. Some people find it to be absolutely disgusting. So, but I think it's wonderful. Charlotte will have to go out for pizza sometime. The results here all over the place, but it looks like Team Veggie kind of won out. So that's pretty awesome. We're glad to hear it.
Yes.
Um, So let's show you guys what we are actually making today here. Charlotte, do you want to tell them a little bit about your recipe?
Yes, so I'm going to be making a Mexican style pan pizza. It does get one guiding star, and it is a really good source. So I could bring my flour tortillas. So this recipe is two flour tortillas. Half of one is 28 grams of protein, 11 grams of fiber. So really help you feel fuller longer. But this almost has like similar ingredients to tacos. So if you're a taco lover, you also really like this one too. Has like cumin, ground beef, avocado, lime juice. It's a really good one.
Yeah, it looks good. It sounds good. I'm really excited to see you make that. And then on the flip side of that, I'm going to be making a barbecue chicken pizza. And that's what we're going to go ahead and get started with here. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and we're going to go ahead and build this barbecue chicken pizza. I have my oven already set at 425. And a really cool thing about this pizza, Charlotte mentioned her crust being a little bit different with the tortillas. My crust today is a cauliflower-based crust. So if you're not familiar with this product, it's Cauliflower, a really fun play on words. You find these in the Natural and Organic frozen section. There are two crusts in a box. Um, so if you go with this, your pizza could potentially be gluten-free as long as you also use a gluten-free barbecue sauce. So that's a really fun highlight. We could do gluten-free. It's going to be lower in carbs than your average pizza crust as well. So if that's something that you're being mindful of with your blood sugar and whatnot, this could be a great go-to for you. All right. So I have my crust already here on my sheet pan. I've sprayed my sheet pan with a little bit of canola oil just so it doesn't stick and so it can help the crust be a bit more crunchy. So I have my canola oil sprayed pan with my pizza crust right on it. Now, let's get on to the barbecue chicken part. So in my bowl here, I have 1 cup of shredded chicken. The recipe calls for rotisserie chicken, which you can get already done in our stores, ready to go for you. It's going to be containered just like this. But I wanted to bring to light that not only do we have rotisserie chicken in our stores, but we also have grilled chicken. And that's what I decided to pick up. I thought that maybe it would add a bit more smokiness to our barbecue chicken pizza. So you find it in the same section as the rotisserie chicken, but this is the grilled chicken. I've just shredded it a little bit more, like tore the pieces up so they were nice and bite-sized on the pizza. And now to that, I'm going to be adding 1/3 of a cup of barbecue sauce. You can use any type of barbecue sauce that you would like. You can make your own homemade one. I have not tried this one before, but it's a hot honey barbecue sauce, which hot honey is a big trend right now, especially on pizza. On a lot of menus, you will find hot honey pepperoni pizza. So 1/3 of a cup of this is going in. Charlotte, do you like hot honey? Is that something that you've tried?
I have not tried it. I love a good barbecue sauce. I'll have to try that one.
Okay. What about just hot honey in general? Have you had that on anything?
I don't think I have. I must be very boring.
No,
I'll
no.
have to try it though. It looks
Yeah,
really good. Sounds good.
definitely give it a go. We carry it in our stores. The brand is Mike Hot Honey, right next to the regular honey. I think it's on the top shelf. I only know that because I have a hard time reaching it, but it's really good. So, all right. So I'm just gonna mix that up here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and top it right onto my pizza crust. So I'm gonna go ahead and pan down here so you guys can see my crust. We'll just go ahead and put that chicken right on top and spread that out. And we only have
And
a few. Go ahead, Charlotte. Yeah.
there was a question that came through just asking, does the cauliflower crust have a taste that interferes with the topping flavors?
So I don't feel like it does, but to me, I think that cauliflower is pretty mild in taste as it is. So
Yeah.
I think that they play nicely together. I don't feel like it's overbearing in combination with these other flavors because to me, cauliflower is pretty bland, pretty mild.
Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
agree with that too.
I was also just looking at the box here too. This crust is also dairy free. So even another good highlight about that. Now, only a couple more toppings to this. The recipe calls for red onion. You can get your own, slice it thinly. If you guys have been hanging out with me for a while, you know I'm not a fan of cutting onions. So I love to get our fresh cut onions in the store. I'm just going to sprinkle it on until it looks pretty. So just a little extra there. So we got a bit of a veggie, but now we're gonna add even another veggie. We're gonna be adding some shredded carrots to our pizza. So don't worry though, this isn't taking the place of cheese. It is just a little additional crunch of a veggie going on with our pizza. Now
It
I know
also,
I just, go
yeah,
ahead,
but
Charlotte.
it gives a lot of nice color too.
Yes, absolutely. I love purple veggies and the carrots are a nice little bright pop too. Now I know I just mentioned that the crust is dairy free. If you want to keep it dairy free, you could go with a dairy free cheese to put on it. I'm just using regular mozzarella. The recipe calls for a mozzarella ball that you shred yourself. And I did go that extra step to do that cutting an onion is not my jam, but shredding my own cheese is something that I don't mind taking the time to do. When you shred your own cheese, it doesn't have that anti-caking agent that is on other shredded cheeses that you get in a bag. So this is going to melt a lot more nicely than a shredded mozzarella in a bag. All right. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and put this in my oven. Like I said, 425. This bakes for about 12 to 15 minutes and it will be ready to go. I'll pass it over to you, Charlotte.
Okay. So for mine, I think the first thing I'm going to do is just cut up my veggies first. And I will say before class, I already actually let me show you this. So this recipe calls for, like I said, 2 flour tortillas. And before class at 350, I put them in for about 2 or 3 minutes just to get them a little bit crispy. And you want to do that before we start putting on toppings. And the other thing I did before class is I already cooked about a half pound of 93% lean ground beef with 2 teaspoons of cumin. And then once that browned and cooked, I added 1 can of our brand dark red kidney beans. So this will give you a lot of extra fiber as well. So I did that. So that's in my skillet along with the flour tortillas. So the first thing I'm going to do is just start cutting up some cherry tomatoes, which I said is one of my favorite toppings. We're going to mash some avocado and squeeze for some lime juice and then the zest. So this might be a good time to do one of those
Trivia.
questions.
Yeah. All right. So let's have some trivia fun. Charlotte is over there chopping away. And the question is, where did pizza originate? All right. Where was pizza born? Was it in New York City, New York, Naples, Italy, Chicago, Illinois, or Tuscany, Italy? Charlotte, do you know the answer of
I
where did pizza come from? Where was it born?
I want to say Naples,
Okay,
maybe.
let's see. I'm going to end the poll. You are correct, Charlotte. And most of you got that correct, almost 50%. But I added in New York and Chicago because I know a lot of folks love those pizzas in particular. Chicago,
When
that's the deep dish one,
That's the
right?
deep dish. Those, so I went to Chicago before COVID, a couple years ago, but the deep dish pizza is so good. Oh my
Okay.
gosh. We need to do a class on that one.
Yeah. I've never been to Chicago, but I've heard really great things. I think that Holly also really enjoys a deep dish Chicago style pizza, if I'm correct. Um, so Charlotte, am I good to ask another question?
Yep. So I cut up my cherry tomatoes and I'm moving on to my green onion.
Okay. All right. Let's ask a true or false question. So, true or false, over 90% of people in the United States eat pizza once a month. What do you think, Charlotte?
I would say yes. I know that's true for me.
Oh, totally true for me. Um, all right. This is kind of one of those easy ones. I'll share the results here. Most of you got this correct. It is true. The actual statistic is 93%. So 93% of people in the United States eat pizza at least once a month. So,
Good.
all
All
right.
right. So what I click out of this. So I have my cherry tomatoes in here, my green onion, and then I just squeezed 1 lime. And then the next thing I'm going to move on to is just zesting the other one, which I will say I did pre-wash this. So let me go ahead and do that. And then I'll mash up our avocado.
Charlotte, question for you. What color green are your limes? Are they like really green? Are they yellowish green? I just did a class about limes on Tuesday, so
So
I'll tell you why I'm asking you then.
I have one that is more of a dark green. This one is maybe a little more yellow. Do you have a fun fact about it? So normally I picked these because they were more heavy, so I figure a little more juice.
Yeah, you're 100% right. The heavier for the size, the better. But we learned on Tuesday that limes ripen from dark green to yellow. And so if your lime is like a dark or vibrant green, which is usually what I go for, then they're going to be a bit more sour and tart. So they're really good in savory dishes or salsas or pizza like we're doing now. But the more they get yellow, the more ripe they become and they get sweeter. So in sweeter dishes or desserts, you actually want those more yellow tones for your limes, which I thought was pretty
That's,
cool.
that is cool. All right. So I'm just cutting around my avocado. Let me bring over a bowl. I'm going to just go and mash this up. So adding avocado, especially to our pizza, is giving us that healthier fat that we want. Sometimes it can be hard to know when an avocado is ripe, but I always like it gives a little bit of a, not a push. What am I trying to say? Like a give, I guess, on
Yes.
your avocado. You want it to be a little bit of dark, not too dark. But I've gotten really good at this because my daughters eat avocado all the time. So hopefully, yep. So this one is a good one. So I'll
That
go
looks
ahead
nice.
and just get the green out. I'll mash this up, and then we'll start building pizza.
I think, Charlotte, if I could associate you with any type of produce item, it probably would be avocado. I feel like, yeah, I remember what was it back in May when we did so much stuff with guac and you
Oh
were
yeah,
like
yeah,
the guac
guacamole.
queen in your
Um,
house.
yeah, that is very true. We go through a lot of avocado. All right, so I'm just going to take a fork here and just mash this up. And then I'm going to put my lime zest with my Greek yogurt. So,
Okay. While you mash that up, Charlotte, I have one more trivia question for you guys. So what is the most popular night in the United States to eat pizza? Is it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday?
I want to say Friday because I know at our house that's what happened. That's when
Yeah,
everybody's tired at by the end of the week.
I would agree with you. Friday is probably my go-to, although I will say that I always tend to crave pizza on like a Monday or a Tuesday. And where I live, I feel like all of like the homemade pizza shops are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. It's a bummer. But I understand. But I think this question could go lots of different ways. Friday, because it's the end of the week. I thought Sunday maybe too, like ordering for football games or whatnot. A lot of people are agreeing with us Friday night, but it is actually Saturday. Saturday night in the United States is the most popular night to get pizza. So, I mean, I would get them both nights, but I do feel like I'm more in the Friday boat.
So, all right. So I think this avocado is mashed well enough. I'm going to bring it over. So I'm using the Greek non-fat yogurt. Gives another a little bit of a protein boost. So I'm going to do 3/4 of a cup.
Charlotte, is that, sorry, did you say it's the non-fat Greek?
It is. It's the
Yeah,
Greek non-fat plain.
plain. Okay. Oh yeah, make sure you get plain. I don't think vanilla would go too well
No,
in pizza,
but there might be some people out there who knows they really likes weird
but maybe a
combinations.
dessert pizza. We didn't ask that
Yeah,
question. If you want to let us know in chat, do you like a dessert pizza?
yeah. I've always liked making that watermelon pizza. I know we've done that. I think a couple classes, but that's really good with the yogurt. So I'm just adding here to my yogurt some lime zest, and I'll mix this together.
I will say that my pizza is smelling pretty good in the oven. It has a little less than 4 minutes left. And it is smelling good. I also just looked out the window and it's snowing here. Is it snowing where you are, Charlotte?
I don't see any flurries, but I did get an alert earlier, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bring over my flour tortilla and start building this.
Okay. I'm really excited for this pizza, Charlotte. It's kind of like a taco pizza mashup.
Yeah, yeah, it really
Yeah.
is. Okay, so my flour tortilla here, my oven is at 350. So once I put my cheese on, I'm going to put it in the oven for about 2 minutes to let that melt and then put that tomato salsa on as well as the yogurt. So the first thing I'm going to put on here is my mashed avocado and just spread it around.
So this mashed avocado is serving as like, instead of sauce,
Yes.
this is the sauce.
Yep. I guess I could have mashed this a little bit better, but that's all right.
It looks good from here. Charlotte, what do you
Okay.
think? I know you're a big hummus gal too. Do you think hummus would be a good base for this if you didn't want to do avocado, maybe?
Yes. In fact, I did do a class. There is a savory recipe. What is it? Something herb kind of pizza. I forget how long ago I did that, but I'm pretty sure I did use hummus, but that's a good one too. That's a nice kind of like a cold kind of pizza.
Yeah.
I've done that with like pita bread, hummus, feta cheese, tomato, something like that, that combo. So that's a good one. That's a good protein option.
I'm
Oh,
only asking because I'm allergic to avocados. So this
oh
pizza
yeah.
sounds so lovely to me, but I wouldn't use the avocado. So I was just thinking of swaps.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Okay, so before class, like what I said, I already cooked half pound of 93% lean ground beef with 2 teaspoons of cumin. And then once that cooked and brown, I added our dark red kidney beans. So I'm just gonna add this. Let me try to get another spoon. So we're gonna put this on top of the avocado and then put some cheese on it and we'll pop it in the oven. Shayna, how long does your pizza stay in the oven for?
So it's 12 to 15 minutes, and right now I'm down to a minute 30. So I will be pulling it out soon.
Okay.
Somebody also just mentioned, similar to hummus, Charlotte, about doing like refried beans as a base.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would be a good one too. I like that. And with these kidney beans, speaking of refried beans, I did kind of mash up the beans a little bit when cooking this meat combination. So I'm just going to add some of our brand sharp cheddar cheese right on top, and then I'll pop this in the oven for about 2 minutes or so, just so it melts, and we'll add the other stuff.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and put this in.
It looks really great. The kidney beans just made me think. I said it's like a taco pizza mashup. This is almost like a chili situation going on too with
Yeah,
the kidney beans.
that's true. Yeah.
So really, oh, salsa. I love salsa. We use that in my class on Tuesday. We use the pico. That would be an option too.
Okay, that would be a good one. Yes, I love a good pico de gallo.
Oh, same. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Charlotte, in your bowl there, refresh my memory again. What do you have with the cherry tomatoes?
So with the cherry tomatoes, I have green onion. So I cut up 2 green onion and then some lime juice. And then
Right.
in my Greek yogurt, I added the lime zest. You could probably put the lime zest in the tomato mixture, but I think they're just trying to flavor the Greek yogurt a little bit.
Okay. And those are just going to be toppings then whenever you
Yep.
pull. Okay. My
Yep.
timer just went off, so I'm going to pull mine out real quick.
Yep.
All right. Oh, it's looking good, guys. Woo! My pan just popped. Okay. Here we go. Let me pan my computer down. It looks really yummy. It's really hot. There it is.
Smells really good, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited about this for sure.
Yes. Let me go check on the cheese on mine.
Okay. Sounds good.
For
You
about
could
another
totally
minute
add
or so.
some. What's that, Charlotte?
Just like another minute or so, and then I'll get that out.
Okay. You could add some greenery to these pizzas. I think somebody in chat just mentioned basil. I believe my recipe calls for some chives, which I have in the fridge. So I'll grab them in a minute whenever Charlotte is topping off hers. But I think we have some fun, exciting pizzas here that also you can feel good about eating, right? So we've got a lot of veggies. Charlotte, you've got the yogurt and the avocado going on in there. So ways to balance out the pizza, right? With some good items.
Definitely. The thing I like about pizza too, again, is it's so customizable. So many different flavor combinations that you can do. So it doesn't have to become kind of a stuck in a rut thing. You can just jazz it up.
Yeah.
So let me go check on my pizza. I
And
think
it
this
can
looks
be
good.
like something quick and easy too, right? Like I think we always think about pizza as being something that you have to order out, but here we are. Both of us have made two very different pizzas that fit a great nutritious profile in less than a half hour. So um, pretty cool there, I think.
I think pizza also is a really good recipe or a thing to do with kids. I notice, or I know with my daughters, well, especially the one, if she's able to make a recipe with me, she's more likely to eat it. So it's a great activity if you do have kids, grandkids, whatnot. Okay, so my cheese is melted. I'm just going to add on my tomato mixture and then Greek yogurt. This is stir again.
There you go, Charlotte. Yes, just get in there with your hands. I've had a lot of chefs tell me that your hands are your best kitchen utensils.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I just,
Yep,
it's
that's
a
good.
habit.
And yeah, I think it's looking lovely from here.
Get some more of these green onions, and then I'm just going to not because this. I guess the texture you can't really drizzle this, but we'll just kind of.
It's a bit thicker, yeah. Maybe some just dollops on there.
Yep. I love the smell of the lime. It smells really good. All right, so this is our Mexican style. Let me see if this is hot to pick up. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna think. Mexican style pan pizza. It's really more like a taco pizza, but it's like that.
So good. It looks great, Charlotte.
Good flavor combination.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm going to stop the recording real quick because I want to show you guys one more thing that we're doing out and about in the community. But from a pizza standpoint, we love that you celebrated National Pizza Week with us. We'll be sending out an email with both of these recipes as well as some pictures of them and all of that good stuff. So thank you for being with us this morning. I see a lot of questions if there's class this afternoon, and there is still class. I think Jenna's teaching the 12 o'clock class. So